All right. Well, welcome to class 3A. You are doing awesome, moving through the classes and learning. And tonight I'm excited about what we're going to talk about. We spent the last couple of weeks really hitting on the mind component of being a whole person consultant, just building the skill of education and learning skills and basics. And the beautiful thing is that skills are not talents, they're not gifts. So all you have to do is learn them, kind of wrap your brain around how to do them, and boom, you got it. And that's what we talked about the last few weeks. It's not a skill, I'm sorry, it's not a talent to be able to book or coach. It's a skill that you learn and it's something that you implement. And so I would just encourage you to pay attention to your outcomes and the results basically that you get from your efforts. If your bookings are setting up well and they're holding well, that's a good sign that you're building your skills and you're doing a great job. If you're having issues with that, if things are falling through, if you're not getting results, that's when you want to say, hey, and reach up to myself or your director or Karina and just ask for some input, or one of our unit experts who can help you to hone that skill and grow that skill, because it is learned. And everything that I know in Mary Kay, I learned because I couldn't do it. And I had to stop and go, okay, why is this not working? What about this isn't working? And maybe get insight from a mentor, but also think for me and figure out how to conquer it. So tonight we're going to transition into the heart aspect, which is more about using your strengths. It's about feeling a sense of pride and passion for your business. And that grows over time. But tonight I want to really spend some time talking about that and starting to lay the groundwork for why you would be proud of what you do, and how you can feel a sense of passion in your work. So, the big thing too is that as you have these bookings and you coach them well, you get to the point where you have to go do the appointment. You show up at the door and you invest time with women. And so we're going to start talking about what to do there. I want to equip you to be able to walk into those appointments that you booked confident and excited and ready to have fun in that appointment. So let's talk about how to show up. The very first document that we're going to look at is the Mary Kay Heart. And I'm sorry, that's not the first document we're going to look at. We're going to look at how to show up, how to arrive to a product appointment. So pull up how to arrive to a product appointment and let's take a look at this. The first thing that you want to have in mind when you show up is, number one, an attitude of service, as you see on that document. As a person in customer service and education, our job is to serve the person we're working with. And I believe the word serve can sometimes have somewhat of a negative connotation when it comes to our businesses. So I want to clarify what I mean by service and a serving attitude. I looked up the definition of serve or serving, and it means to render assistance, to be of use, help, an act of helpful activity, an aid. So when we have an attitude of service, our focus is on being helpful to the person, rendering assistance, making things better for them, doing something to improve their life. Nowhere in that definition does it insinuate being a doormat, not being upfront and honest, nor does it insinuate, telling people what they need and pressuring them to listen to you. It's not any of that. It is simply of being in the mode of saying, okay, how can I make a difference in her day, in her life, in her product usage, whatever it may be. So our focus is on meeting the needs the customer has and that she recognizes. So that's why our business is set up the way it is. And I want to highlight that with the other document that I had in our packet, which is the Mary Kay Heart. So now, if you would pull that up, this is an excerpt from her autobiography. And I think it so sums up the whole point of our business and the appointments that we hold, why we do, and why the spirit is the way it is. And so let's read this together. Mary Kay wrote, "Another cornerstone of Mary Kay Cosmetics was my desire to give consumers the opportunity to learn about cosmetics in a natural, relaxed environment before they buy a single item. I had learned long before starting the company that most women understand neither why they are buying a specific product, nor how that product will meet their individual skincare needs. In short, they don't know how to take care of their skin. The normal pattern is to buy a jar of this from a department store, buy a jar of that from a drugstore, add something else from someplace else, and then use it all together in a haphazard fashion. I knew this was true because I had done it myself. I had bought hundreds of dollars worth of cosmetics I never used. They all looked terrific in the store, but when I got home, they never seemed to do what I expected. I saw this situation as a wonderful opportunity to teach women about total skincare. To accomplish this, I created the small sales presentation or skincare class for no more than 5 or 6 women. I wanted our consultants to work with small groups so that each person would receive personal attention. Personalizing the beauty process became our specialty. I wanted every woman to leave a Mary Kay skincare class knowing how to properly maintain healthy skin, as well as the best ways to use cosmetics to enhance her own natural beauty. Our policy at a skincare class is to instruct, not sell. Every successful consultant enjoys presenting our products in an enthusiastic and a knowledgeable manner. That is the heart that is behind our company, the Mary Kay heart of education and investing in people and helping them to feel like they know more what to do and how to handle themselves than they did before. And so I hope that gives you a clear understanding that you never have to walk in the door feeling like your personal desires are at the forefront, that you have to be cutthroat, that you have to be a hard closer or anything like that. We are much more of a relational business. And so as you learn and as you prepare yourself and develop some of the skills that we teach you, the goal is that when you walk in the door, because you're prepared, because you've practiced and learned what we're teaching you, you can leave your needs behind and you can just connect with the customer and hear her. And it is a proven fact that when someone feels heard, when someone feels like you understand them, they become 10 times more open to hearing what you have to say. So it's a very wise move. And as you understand her and you do listen, you can then make good recommendations and you can use the knowledge that you have to improve her life, to aid her, to make a difference. Service equals improvement. It may include adjusting her routine, upgrading her product quality, trying a new supplement, learning a new technique, but somehow you get to make a difference with her in that service mindset. And isn't that exciting to think that you can leave a lasting impression with each woman that you meet, depending on what her needs are? So the second way to arrive at a product appointment, number 2, is to be proud of who we are. To be proud of who we are. And I mean that in the very best way, that we have, as a company, such a heritage of integrity and strength. And it's something you can stand very proud of. And it doesn't mean you have to, blast everyone with all the facts, but to be comfortable and confident in the company that you represent means so much. And another fact that they have found in our day and age is because there's so many options out there and people have limitless choices about who they want to buy from and what line they want to use. If you come across as just kind of like neutral, like, hey, this is a good product. If you need it, let me know. They won't buy. But when they sense a passion, they sense a conviction that you really genuinely are proud of who and what you are and the company you represent. There's something in that enthusiasm, that genuine enthusiasm, that draws them in and it makes them want what you have to offer. So that's why pride in who we are matters. And so let's read through some of the document or some of the points under this. This is number 2 on how to arrive at a product appointment. Number 1, our customers are directly investing in a locally owned small business and they're impacting our dreams and our family. And I always jokingly say, my family's going to eat tonight, so please don't worry about that. But you get to invest in my life. And if your cleanser can do that, what a cool feeling. Secondly, they're directly supporting the local economy. So wherever you live as a small business owner, your money is going back into that local economy, which means better roads, more pay for teachers, as you are shopping at the grocery store, going to the post office, all of that. So again, just by buying their cleanser from you with Mary Kay, they get to help your local area. Thirdly, we are a US-based company. Dallas is our world headquarters. Everything is still made there. Every tube you'll find says made in the USA. And we actually employ 5,100 people for the corporate side of Mary Kay in the US. And then, of course, a sales force of 3.4 million people around the country, the world. So every day, our customers allow 5,100 employees to go to work and to build our US economy. Beyond that, we are a company that's given over $35 million to fighting domestic violence and cancers that affect women. Those are our heart causes. And then families all across the globe are impacted by our business. There was an event where some Mary Kay leaders came together, and the number 1 leader in China was asked why she thought Mary Kay was growing so fast there, because they really are like whipping everybody. And her response was, because of the money we make in Mary Kay, we can have more than 1 child. That's mind-blowing to think that cleansers and mascara can have an impact like that in China. So there are a lot of products out there women can wash their face with. But I'm not sure there are a lot of places where they can make that kind of impact on local, national, and our global community. So those are a few things that you can just be proud of to share with women as you go into those appointments. The other document I want you to take a look at when it comes to pride about our company is the philosophies, MK Philosophies document. Grab that one. And these are a few other facts. And, I wouldn't encourage you to necessarily say everything every time. You don't want to overdo, but find the ones that you just get most excited about, or based on the women in front of you, what you think might touch them the most, and choose a few of those that you can sprinkle in as you tell about what you do. So the first thing, our Mary Kay philosophy, what our company is grounded on, is God first, family second, career third. That when you live out your priorities in the right order, you build a truly successful life. It's not just about having a successful career. It's about all 3 pieces coming together to build a life that you love. And that is what we stand for in Mary Kay. Secondly, the golden rule. We were founded on this and continue to operate in treating others the way we would want to be treated. That when you do that, it's always the right decision. And that's what we want for our consultants and our customers and our corporate staff. Thirdly, the philosophy that we operate by is the go give spirit. The willingness and ability to give without even expecting anything in return. Just knowing that what you send into the lives of other people will come back at the right time in the right way. And that touches a lot on that service mentality, that we're not focused on the bottom line. We're not focused on the return, but we're focused on what we can give, how we can contribute, how we can make a difference, and trusting that the right things will come back in the right time. So those are our philosophies. Those are the kind of the principles that we stand upon as a company. Let's also just touch on a couple other fun things. We are a green company. So you'll see underneath it on that document, our company does our best to limit as much waste as possible with our manufacturing plants and our products. We are a zero landfill company. There are no junk heaps that have Mary Kay stuff in them. Even our packing peanuts are biodegradable, and we do not test on animals. In fact, we are working in China to stop animal testing there completely. So not only are we doing things right, but we're seeking to help make a difference in other countries where they aren't doing it right yet. So you can be proud of that, and feel free to let women know. Just one more reason that Mary Kay is not a bottom line company. We believe that making a difference and adding to this world is the starting point, and all the results and all the growth and all the abundance that has come has been a byproduct of that spirit. So you can really truly show up at your appointment proud to be a part of Mary Kay. And there may be other things that you'll find that I didn't even talk about that will be an encouragement to you as you stand there. So the third way to show up, first with a spirit of service, second with pride to be a part of our company, and then thirdly is an openness to possibilities. An openness to possibilities. What do I mean? Well, here's the deal. I just want to encourage you that while we do have specific outcomes that we are seeking for our businesses, and there are results that we want to create from an appointment of selling to a couple new customers, developing new customers, having new appointments scheduled, and having women to share the opportunity with. Those are the outcomes we want from the appointment. Everything that we teach you is going to be in line with helping you to create those outcomes. You will find your own groove. You'll find your kind of way, but the goal is that you leave appointments with new customers, new bookings, and new potential team member people who you can at least share this company with. But here's the deal. What I encourage you to do is to remain open to what possibilities can come from any appointment. Don't get too locked in on the outcome to where it's like a roller coaster, or it's a pressure, or something that takes you out of enjoying what you're doing. Positive expectation and enthusiasm and an open spirit is so crucial. So let's talk about what are 5 potential benefits from a facial or a party. Number 1, you can have a new client and you can have a new friend. I got to have coffee last night with a new client who really truly is becoming a friend. And I'm just grateful that I've gotten to meet her through my business because she's an encouragement in my life now. Secondly, you can have income from sales. Sure, you can make some money and go home and put money in the bank for your family, and what a blessing that is. Thirdly, you can have new leads that will direct you to more women. So they fill out the referral sheet and you can come home with 10 or 20 new names of people to call. That's hope for the future, right? Fourth, you can have new bookings to meet her friends and family and to have her help you connect with new women for her follow-up appointment. And then fifthly, you can come home with a new team member or team member prospect of a potential person. And so any of those results is good. If all of them doesn't happen every time, it's okay. I don't want you to feel like a facial with a woman that allows you to connect and serve her is a waste. It's not. Any chance you have to invest in people, again, as long as you're doing your best, as long as you are using the skills that you have and seeking to be successful and to create good results, It's okay. I've had many, many, many appointments where on paper, it didn't necessarily look like the most shining moment, but because I stayed open and I worked with what I had from it, and we, took the next step to go to the follow-up, even if she didn't buy, or even if she didn't necessarily book a party or whatever, has allowed me to build some wonderful results. And there's times where I believe God shows up and blesses because you're being faithful and you're just doing the best that you can. So I just want to encourage you not to be too locked in on what exactly happens at that appointment. Again, do your best, work to create good outcomes, evaluate, analyze, see where you can grow, and yet maintain an openness to what can be and to the opportunities that are there from every appointment. If you give your best and you come with the right spirit, you'll be amazed at the things that will grow out of every single one. So the last way to show up to a Mary Kay appointment is a little bit more about image. How do you want to look as you show up? You walk up to the door, you're ready to serve, you're proud to be a part of the company, which allows you to hold your head high. You know in the back of your mind that there's so many ways that you personally can be blessed as you serve this woman. So how do you want to look? What do you want them to see when they open the door? First off, always, 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 when you're doing a Mary Kay facial or party, you want to wear a skirt or dress. That is just one of our very special trademarks as a company. We don't have a ton of rules and expectations, but wearing a skirt or dress just conveys, first off, a high level of commitment to what you are doing, that you hold yourself to a high level. It also allows a professional look. There are still many companies where women wear suits and skirts and dresses and men wear ties, and so you're conveying a professionalism and a commitment to what you're doing and just being a part of our Mary Kay family and doing that. So you can have your own look, you can have your own coloring and length and all of that, that's fine. Just some kind of skirt or dress to facials and parties, as well as of course to our Mary Kay events. We always, always, always do that. We don't do dress pants, we don't do any of those other things, just because, again, it's a part of our special heritage. Another thought with clothing and your look in general is that when you go to an appointment, just be thinking about appealing to all generations. You may be 25, you may be 45, you may be, in the middle. And while you absolutely can be yourself, when you walk in and you have a group of 4 or 5 women, if you really want to connect well, I would recommend that you simply make sure that in your look, you don't unintentionally offend or put someone off because of just the dramatic or the drasticness of the look. Again, it's a difficult thing to talk about, but just the thought of, can I just appeal to all generations? Can I have something, with a little funk or a little flair or, a conservative look maybe, but one that doesn't make someone go, or be confused or turned off. It's just a thought when you go in to serve and you go in to build relationships that you don't want anything to be a barrier between you and them. So that's clothing. Hair and makeup, again, you want a polished professional look. Absolutely always wear Mary Kay makeup to Mary Kay appointments. You do not have to only wear Mary Kay in your life, although why not? It's half off and then you can talk about it and you'll sell more of it and you're your own best customer. But at a Mary Kay appointment, for goodness sake, wear Mary Kay makeup and do it up a little bit. If you're not naturally a very dramatic makeup wearer, add a little extra. Make sure you have some color on the lips, some stuff on your eyes, smooth complexion. You want to be a good example of your products. And if they say, hey, what do you have on? That's a good sign. And then besides your hair and makeup, the other thing that is so crucial is a smile. And again, this goes back to a service spirit. We all have life. We have things that happen in our days, and there's those times where you're pulling up to the appointment And it is the last thing that you want to do is go in there and be bubbly and serve 1 to 6 people. Because life is going on, and you're not alone if you have those experiences and have those times. But here's the deal. What I have found is if you remain faithful to your word and you show up and you leave your life in the car for an hour or two and you go in and give your best for those women, it is amazing how often by the time you leave, you feel better. It doesn't feel so overwhelming. It doesn't feel so hard. And you've been blessed in many ways. First off, emotionally, but many times financially and other. So I just want to encourage you to really take stock of going in with a service heart that leaves life behind. Leave it away for an hour or two. Everything will be fine. You can get back to it afterward. And just go and give your best for those women and really seek to make a difference. And it will come back. It will come back to you. So that's how you want to show up. When you get to the door at those appointments, the thought process should be, how can I make a difference for these people? How can I, leave them a little bit more excited, a little bit more educated when I leave? How can I convey that I'm proud to be a part of this company and some of the things that we stand for? Having an openness, expectation of many good things that can come from your time, and really having that Mary Kay professional look so that you look the part of the job that you're doing. From there, there's one other way that you can be prepared and have your ducks in a row, per se, and that is with our preparing for your party checklist. So if you would grab that document, that's the last document we're going to go over tonight. And what I have this here for is just to provide you with a way to not feel overwhelmed and uncertain when you leave for an appointment. Like, do I have everything? Did I forget stuff? What do I need? And a quick way that as you get into your business and it has, that time flow, you can very quickly go boom, boom, boom. Yes, I have what I need, and get out the door. That's the goal with helping you guys to build that body component with systems. This checklist can become one of those systems that you just check real quick and you make sure your bag is loaded and ready and you're not scrambling, feeling stressed. You shouldn't need an hour or a day to prepare for every party or every facial. As you have this checklist and it's prepared and things are ready, you're just quickly making sure your pieces are together and out the door. So number 1, to prepare for your first party or any party, is to print 10 copies of the special sheet and put them back to back in page protectors. The special sheet you will get next week. So it is coming, and it's a 2-sided sheet that has like deals from the party. And so I recommend printing 10 copies of that in color. Because you put them in page protectors, you don't have to print these all the time. It's a one-time thing, and then maybe 6 months later you print them again to get fresh ones. But you really, this isn't a big thing. So print 10 in color. The other detail I will tell you is I do not print them back to back. It's a 2-sided document, but if you print them back to back in color, it tends to bleed through and look weird. So I print them all single-sided, and then I turn the 2 pages back to back, and that provides a little more thickness so that it doesn't bleed and look weird. So if you have 10 copies of the special sheet in page protectors, you're ready to close your appointments. Number 2, wrap a small gift to give away for the Pass the Gift game and for the ticket drawing at the end of the party. In parentheses, it says, I do wrap 10 to 20 of these at a time so they're ready and you're not scrambling. So you may grab just a little bag. I'll show you here. This is an example of one of mine. It has a sample of eye cream and a sample of our little hand cream tubes. I think the cost on this is probably about 60 cents at the most. Super cheap. The hand creams cost 50 cents. You get a pack of 12 for $6. And then obviously the eye cream samples are like 10 cents. So very, very inexpensive, but a super cute gift. So this is a great little gift thing that you can do for the game that we play. And you'll see it says there you can use sample hand creams, part of a gift with purchase, those little $2 and $3 gift with purchases that they make, sample sizes of things. Have fun. Just if you make it look pretty, they'll appreciate it. Third, wrap skincare and makeup swag bags, one per guest, based on their answer to their skin preference. So last week when we were doing coaching, I promised you that I would explain the swag bags more. We do, when we pre-profile our guests, say, hey, do you like skincare or makeup more? And we tell them we're going to bring a swag bag for everyone to take home. And so it can be something wrapped like this. I also have some paper ones that just have cute little samples inside. But in general, I try to make at least 10 to 20 of each kind at once. That way I can do several parties without having to scramble. And for the skincare bag, you'll see it says a small cello bag with a hand cream and a firming eye cream sample. You can do 2 other skincare samples, change it up, have fun, but just a few things that are more skincare related. For a makeup bag, you can use a bag like this or a cello bag, and you can put a primer sample and a lip color, 2 eyeshadows. You can do a little mini mascara and an eyeshadow. You can do an eyeliner sample. We have so many fun samples. So just have fun with it. Use what you have. You can order those things on Mary Kay and Touch and put them together so you're ready to go. But it's a nice goodie for your guests, and it is a fun way to encourage them to RSVP and to show up because they know you're planning and you are putting something together for them. So those are the swag bags. Make them up ahead of time, stick them in a basket in an office or wherever you do your Mary Kay, and you'll be ready to go. Number 4, for preparing for the party, you will need to purchase just a few things. One would be a ticket roll. If you have a roll of tickets, that makes it easy to play the marketing game and to let people ask questions and things, and you can do a drawing. And then I have 4 spray bottles, just pink and white plastic spray bottles that cost $1 at Target, so that they can spritz their faces, which you'll see in the flip chart that is in there. Makes it easier than running up and down to the kitchen and the bathroom and trying to help them get their skin wet. It just makes life much easier. You can purchase sponges if people are going to be using liquid foundations or something where you feel like you want to offer that. That's a nice thing. And pens. Pens for them to write with. I like to have cute ones that kind of all go together and look cute versus just a random pile of junky pens from my house. That's up to you. They don't need to be expensive, but it's a good idea to have, a nice look with your pens. So those are the things to put together, to coordinate, to have ready for your party. Then you're going to prepare your business bag. So with your starter kit, you have a caddy, and then you have the outer black and white bag. And if you want to, you can separate them and carry the caddy and then carry the black and white bag separate. That's what I choose to do, just because it doubles my space. You do not have to. You can have a little tote that you use for paperwork and things. You'll find your groove. That really is a personal thing. And my first several months, I was trying to figure out what worked for me. What did I like? What felt organized? The main thing I would encourage you is not to have just everything thrown in the bag. If you show up and you open this thing and it's exploding and everything's everywhere, that is so unprofessional. So work on some kind of order to the bag, and you want to have a business paperwork kind of section, and then you'll have the starter kit materials. And so 5 is the business materials. That would be customer profiles, which are, again, these are customer profiles. You need these for every party. Your pens, sales slips, also can show you right there. Just the little one here. You need sales slips, a calculator, and that can be a calculator on your phone or it can be separate. Your special sheets, which we already talked about. Hostess folders, which we covered last week in our new consultant class 2B. What documents go in there? You can go back and refer to that. Make sure you have at least 10 of those made. And then team building packets. And we'll talk more about those packets coming up in the next few weeks, but it's just a way to have a little bit of material ready to share with women who ask you or who you want to talk to about the opportunity. And then your date book with a pencil or Google Calendar, depending on how you roll with your schedule. But those things are all going to be in your business bag, or grouped together as your business materials. And those things are what you'll need to do checkout with everyone and to just be totally ready. Then your starter kit is number 5. Prepping that would include making sure you have your mirrors and that they're clean. It is also quite unprofessional if they're trying to wipe off the mirror to see through the gunk that's built up on there. You need the plastic trays that go down into the mirror base, facial cloths for the women to wash their faces. You can use the ones Mary Kay provides. Eventually, if you want to buy your own washcloths that you reuse over and over, many women do that. For me, I'm not going to remember to wash them, so that's a stressor, not a help. For other women, they love having regular washcloths, and go for it. But something for facial cloths. You'll need your Miracle Set demo tubes, so the cleanser, moisturizer, day and night solution, and foundation. And then microdermabrasion and firming eye cream as you're able to add that in. You can take the products out of the boxes. They do not have to be stored in boxes. I threw all that away, and I actually, pared down that way. Your foundation demos and your microdermabrasion demos and your spray bottles. So those are the things for your starter kit. So you'll have your products and the things they need. You have your paperwork and business materials. You have your gifts, you're ready to go. So this checklist you can literally laminate or put in a page protector and stick it with your stuff so that when you are going out the door, you can just boom, 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 check, make sure everything's stocked up and get out the door. And then when you're placing orders as well, you can grab this and check, do I have enough customer profiles? Do I have enough sales slips? And get in a routine of just checking your stock so that you don't run out and have an emergency. Although I'm here to tell you I've had an emergency for all of them being run out or showing up without them. So it is not, going to ruin your business. But as much as possible to be able to eliminate stress is a good thing, right? So those are my best suggestions for preparing heart-wise and excitement-wise to feel comfortable and confident as possible when you show up to these appointments. And, 99% of women are going to buy cleanser and mascara or zit cream somewhere. So you have the privilege of showing them a way that they can purchase it and feel awesome about purchasing it, because you're not asking them to add something into their life that they don't typically spend money on, or that they don't really need. It's not like a supplement you have to convince them, will change their body. You don't have to, prove that they deserve a purse or a, jewelry. Those are wonderful things and they're fun, but this is stuff that women use every day. So as you come and you have this preparedness and you're ready to go, women have an option and they can choose to do business with you because they like you, they appreciate you, and you help them to appreciate who we are. Personal service, convenience, 100% guarantee, a company that cares. What more could they want, What more could they want? So join me next week. We're going to get into the nitty-gritty of how to move through those appointments, how to do that with confidence. And don't forget to do the voucher this week and send that into our unit manager before we come back together so you can get credit for that and get your points. All right, you guys, have a wonderful night, and thanks for being here.